Hello guys, Beastie here with another video, and it's time for you guys to hear my Super Bowl analysis. That's right, finally. I already recorded this once, but my phone was being garbage. That's what I get for buying a $60 phone. So this was already supposed to come out like yesterday, or the day before, but it's coming out today. So basically, a lot of people I've heard said they thought the game was so boring, but for me, I absolutely loved the game. Because I respect all three stages of the game. I respect the field goals, the special team, the field goals. Of course I respect the field goals. I give you points. I respect the offense, the defense, and the special teams. So it was a defensive game. So for me, I love all three of them. Obviously, I prefer a big offensive game. So I think the game would have been more entertaining if it was like 50 to 40s and whatever. It'd be more entertaining that way. But I am so glad of that game. I couldn't have asked for anything more. I could have asked for something better, but I couldn't have asked for anything more. It's still a very entertaining game for me. So it's like, tell me, have you guys ever, until like the last 5 minutes of that game, knew who was going to win the game? No, of course you didn't, because the game was never really ran away with it. And honestly, even when the Patriots took that lead 13-3, I still had faith in the Rams to come back and win that game. They didn't win back and win that game. That was the final score, 13-3 Patriots. But you never knew who was going to win the game, because the Rams' offense is so dynamic. They could have scored in one play, got an onside kick with the talented Greg Zuerlein and Johnny Hecker are, and they could have scored again or got themselves into a field goal to bring the game to overtime. So I still had faith in the Rams at that. So that just shows how good both of those teams were. I was never disappointed. Now, how do I feel about Tom Brady and his 6th ring? I'm happy for Tom Brady that he did it. But let me tell you, Tom Brady played horrible in the Super Bowl. The only passes he completed was to Julian Edelman, when Julian Edelman was like 10 yards away from the corner, because Julian Edelman was so good. That's why he won MVP. He deserved it. Preferably, though, I would have liked how good both defenses played during the game. You held the second best offense to only 3 points. I would have loved to see a defensive player win MVP. If I had to pick a defensive player to win Super Bowl MVP, I would have picked Stephon Gilmore. Made a great game, almost a game stealer. Like I said, I had faith in the Rams after that long drive by the Patriots, but that ended up sealing for the Patriots because the Rams couldn't come back and do that. So I think the Super Bowl MVP would have been really cool for Stephon Gilmore, but you also can't take it away from Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman played an amazing game Sunday night, and I feel so happy for him. And the Rams lost because I really don't like putting the blame on one person, because this is like the biggest team sport there is. So you can't really. It takes everybody to win a game. If one player has a bad day, that can cause your team to lose. It's really that significant, because one block can lead to a big sack in the game. One horrible throw from a quarterback can lead to a loss of the game. It's really all that comes into play. But I am going to blame the loss on Sean McVay. I'm sorry. I'm doing it. Yes, the players didn't execute the plays he called, but I don't think Sean McVay gave them a big opportunity to succeed on the plays he called. Sean McVay, we love you because of all the trick plays you run during the season. That's why we were like, oh my God, he has this new high-powered offense, score anytime, anywhere. They have and if they need to do a 4-man offense, seal the game off with running, you can do that with Todd Gurley and then C.J. Anderson in the postseason. He came up big. Or if, say, you need to come back and you're in a 2-minute situation, you got Jared Goff, chuck it up to Robert Woods or Brandon Cooks or even Gerald Everett and Josh Reynolds. I'm pretty sure. Don't start yelling at me if I got his first name wrong, but I know it's Reynolds. So I think it's Josh Reynolds. Because you could even throw it up to him. So yes, the Rams didn't execute, and yes, the offensive line played absolutely horrible Sunday. I mean, horrible. Both offensive lines, I think, played bad. I mean, granted, I'll give more respect to the Patriots offensive line for playing bad because you got Dante Fowler Jr. probably listening. Yeah, Aaron Donald, Ndamukong Suh. So I will give that to the Patriots, but the Rams offensive line, I can name one person on that defensive line right now, and that's Trey Flowers. I really can't name too much on that defensive line. So for the Rams to do that and yes, it was a hard spotlight for Jared Goff, but it's even bigger when you're getting big guys in your face all the time. You can't make the play you need. And like I said, Sean McVay didn't put up the plays. Sean McVay was too nervous to run his normal trick plays that put them in the Super Bowl. And that's why I think the main reason why they lost the game. Their defense on the Rams, so you played a phenomenal game. Rams defense played how the Rams defense played, the Rams should have won the Super Bowl every single day of the week. The Rams defense played phenomenal. That Rams defense, Sean McVay could not have asked for anything more in his defense. From Roby Coleman to Aaron Donald to Ndamukong Suh. I mean, that whole defense. I mean, yes, they broke down at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, but as you see, the Patriots really killed it in time of possession. I don't know what the times were, but the Patriots were more methodical and they kept driving the field down, especially if you go in the first half of the game when you have the Patriots doing these long drives into the red zones. A couple drives didn't work out for them. Of course, like I said, you have the you go for it on fourth down, you miss it. No, I mean, never mind. That was a Tom Brady interception, and then you miss a field goal. I mean, the stuff wasn't going the Patriots' way in the first half of the game. So, Patriots were long, methodical, and the Rams were quick 3-and-out. So, what that means is the Rams defense is on the field for so long. So when it got to that fourth quarter, they're out of energy. There's almost no player that will be conditioned enough if you're playing for most of the game. You can't just keep going out there and expect to perform at your best level play after play when you're playing almost the whole game. I mean, so the Rams defense, them breaking down at the end of the game and allowing the Patriots to take that long drive, get that touchdown, to drive down the field, get the field goal to make it 13-3, that was all fine. I'm not even going to blame any of that on the Rams defense because they were so worn out by the rest of the hard play they played earlier in that game for quarters 1 through 3. They played the best football they could have ever asked for, and they were on the field almost all the time. And another thing, this is what I'm talking about too, by Sean McVay's play calls really didn't put the Rams in a supreme spot. When Jared Goff threw that interception to Stephon Gilmore, that pretty much gave the Patriots the win. If you have to go to any play in this entire game that gave the Patriots the win, that was the play that gave them the win. You didn't need to do that. It was 2nd and 10. You pretty much ran at least a very similar play on first down. You chucked it up, what could have been a touchdown. I mean, Brandon Cooks, you had a good game, but you haven't bring that in. And so on first down, they chucked it up, a big lot pass to Brandon Cooks. That went in the touchdown. He dropped it, and they basically went and did the same thing on second down. I'm sorry. There's 4 minutes left on offense. You take those last 20 yards, and you drive methodically those last 20 yards. You take it. Yes, I know. I get it. You're down 10-3. You need to get the touchdown. You want to get the touchdown. 4 minutes. Patriots can end the game on you in 4 minutes. So, trying to score. They needed to drive methodically, and I think pray to get the ball in overtime. I think they should have just ran it methodically, tried to run as much as the clock out as they could, and score a touchdown that way. They didn't have to force a touchdown. They didn't have to keep throwing lobs up to the back of the to the end zone to Brandon Cooks to win the game. So that is another thing. I think the Rams tried to execute the best they could in those situations. They just didn't have much opportunity to succeed very well. And I think that was forced play calling that I don't think needed to happen. I don't know if Jared Goff audibled that or Sean McVay told him to run those plays, but those were bad play calls at the end of that game. They should have ran or did quick under routes like drags and slants, or quick like 2 and out, and try to stay in bounds off of those. I mean, even if you hit them a quick wheel so they quickly get out there and start to cut up, you can get them quick. Maybe one of those. Just the play, they didn't need to fade it up to Brandon Cooks for 2 plays straight. And the second one, obviously, was the interception that gave the Patriots the win. That's my view on the Super Bowl. And my view on the Super Bowl commercials, there was 2 I liked. It was the Super Bowl promo commercial in the beginning with Peyton Manning's idea in the Roman Coliseum. That one was funny. That one was by far, I think, the best commercial of the entire night. I mean, that got me laughing so hard in the beginning, right before the Super Bowl. That was funny. And then after that, then you got the another good one. I really only liked like one other commercial, and that was the football 100th year commercial when you had like one of the funnier parts though was when Peyton Manning threw it and he goes, and the one guy goes, "You still got it." And Peyton Manning goes, "Nah, that hurt a little bit." I mean, that I laughed at that part too. But that commercial with the golden football and the cake, I like that one too. And my view on the halftime show in the Super Bowl, personally, I think almost every single one of them suck. I cannot remember the last time a good one went on. I was like, oh my God, this is a really good halftime show. And I didn't pay attention what they were going to play at the Super Bowl. And I honestly forget the song they were going to play. But they were going to play a song, damn it, I should have looked it up before the video, and they ended up playing Sicko Mode instead, which got a lot of people disappointed. But yeah, either way, really, really bad halftime show. I don't like any of them, really, to be honest with you. I'm sorry if you're one of the people that like the halftime show. Me personally, you have your opinion, you can like it. My opinion, I didn't like the halftime show, and I almost never do. I watched the Super Bowl for the game and to analyze the game. I loved the game. But congratulations to the Patriots. Looks like hopefully you guys had fun at the parade, Patriots. And just for next season, already a heads up, Patriots aren't going nowhere. Don't expect anything less of them being back to the Super Bowl next season. Just saying that right now. And I am making a bet, because obviously I'm going to do next season's predictions, the 2019 and the 2020 predictions. I'm going to do a prediction every week like I did this year. And I'm probably going to do it in the summer. I'm probably going to do the whole season then, and then week by week. I'm probably going to do that again next. Almost positive I'm going to do that when the new season starts up in August and September. I'm most likely going to do that again. And I'm making this pack right now. I'm not picking against the Patriots next season. Yes, do I really think they're going to go 16-0? No. Do I really think they're going to go 16-0 and then go back and win the Super Bowl? No, most likely not. They will most likely not go 16-0 and then win the Super Bowl. But I don't care if I get like 5 games wrong, to be honest with you. Even if they go 11-5, which I think the worst they're going to do next year, I'll take those 5 incorrect games and take all those 11 right. I'm not going to predict against the Patriots and then have them prove me wrong, because they did that week after week after week. As you saw, I predicted them to win the Super Bowl, which they did. I'm not predicting against the Patriots next year. I'm predicting them to go 16-0, and that's that. I'm making that pact right now. If they lose, I'll take a couple wrong games. I'll take most likely 4 wrong games. But that's it. See y'all next time. Peace out, y'all.